Okay, so we are making the zip-up hoodie or track jacket or whatever you want to call it. You should have pieces similar to this cut out. I'm making the color block, so this would be your hood piece. You would have two of these. If you're not making color block, this will be your front panel. No, this is actually my back bodice piece. You would actually have one whole piece. I have three. Okay, this is one of my front panels. It's gonna be one of my front bodice pieces. If you're not doing color block again, you will have one whole piece. This is my back bodice piece. The other side, I have three. So in all, I have six back pieces and six front pieces. Because I am doing color block. And this is a front panel piece, front side, one of my sides. This is one of my sleeves. If you're not doing color block, you will have one single piece. And this is my other sleeve. Now, when you're doing color block, I did all three sections. You can choose to do one section, or you can choose to do two sections. By that, I mean, one section is meaning one whole piece. Three sections is what I have here. Two sections would be, you could either have the front, the top piece, and then a separate bottom piece, or you could have the big bottom piece and then a small top piece. Okay. Now we're going to begin sewing, putting our bodices together, so we'll have one complete piece. Okay, so first we are going to start by getting our hood ready. You want to lay right sides together, pretty sides together. And we're going to clip around the curve. So it will be clipped around the curve, and the straight edge will be here. And then the bottom piece that is going to be sewn onto your jacket is here. And we are just going to go right across here. And I am using my serger. So it's already knit up and everything. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start at the bottom and make my way to the top. As soon as I find my foot pedal. Nope. Right one. Okay. I'm just going to place this under here and begin sewing. The seam allowance is 5/8 of an inch. Okay. So we have our hood. This is the outer hood piece that we're going to have. I am actually going to top stitch this down, but not right now. I'm going to do all of my top stitching at one time. So my hood is finished. All of these pieces will have a lining. I'm going to sew my lining together separately, but this is how we're doing the outer for now. Okay, this is my sleeve. I'm going to lay this top piece, which is the shoulder, on top of the piece that curves. Let me move the bottom piece out of the way. This top piece that curves here, I'm going to match up my edges with that. Pretty sides down. Well, pretty sides facing each other. Pretty side to the shoulder, down. Pretty side to the middle piece, up. So it will look like this. The curved piece here, the line, and then the curved piece here. And we're just gonna sew from here to here. And this is how it will be when you open it up. Now for my bottom piece, I'm gonna lay this pretty side up. And the bottom piece has a piece that is tapered here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it upside down. And the tapered end is gonna be at the top. And we're just going to match up this line here. And this is only if you're doing color block. If you're not doing color block, then your piece is already made up. And I will have these labeled as color block and then regular. Because now all I have to do is sew from one end to the other. Okay. And that is my sleeve. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside with my hood. And I'm going to do my other sleeve. Now, If you got the sleeve part down, you can skip this piece because I am gonna I guess mark these with hood and sleeves. Again, pretty size together. That's upside down. My curves were upside down. Okay, my curves are here now. It was about to be a whole catastrophe. Okay, so now we're going to clip the end of the top piece to the top of the middle piece. We're just gonna add some clips. You can clip or pin. I like clips because you just go through and clip, clip, clip. So this will be in different sections that you can work in. And I am just sewing this. I'm just making sure straight. Okay, and now we're going to add the bottom piece. Again, tapered end up high. Pretty size together. Flip from one end to the other. And we're going to sew. So now I have both of my sleeves and both sleeves and my hood. And I'm going to set these aside. Okay, now we are going to work on the front bodice piece. And this is for color blocking. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing. Move the bottom piece out of the way. This is the top piece. I am putting pretty sides together, right sides together. I'm laying it flat on top of the next section. So it looks like this. And I'm going to clip. And my nails are not dirty, I promise. I just got done putting ink in my printer. And I always use alcohol wipes and baby wipes, and they never come off. I was printing a lot, and so I didn't have time to just stop and keep stopping and going. to wash my hands. I was just using the baby wipes. Baby wipes normally get it off. But this time it didn't. So I have blue and black ink and red all over my hands. But it's not coming off on my garment. So, okay. So now we're going to add the other piece, which is the bottom piece. And it's the same size. There's no distinct shape for it. So make sure, like me, I want my cowboys to be facing the right way. So therefore they have to be pretty sized down. They have to be upside down, folded here. So when I turn them over, it will be the correct way. So just remember that if you have a directional fabric, make sure that if you can see it, like I can see through here, that you want it upside down. You don't want it to where you can read it unless that's the style that you're going. Okay, now I'm just going to sew. Okay, so this is my right bodice piece here. And I'm going to put it out of the way. And I'm going to grab my left bodice piece. Okay, and so we're going to start just like we did, the curved piece down, and the top piece, we are going to put it here and fold it down on top. Try to make sure you guys can see. So this is the top part of the bodice piece, and we're just lining it up with the curve here. And we're going to clip and sew. And this is only for the color block. I keep saying that because I don't want anyone to get confused. I did add the color block and the regular sides. So if you wanted to color block it, you could. Okay. So now that we have that right here, we want to put, this is our whole front piece. We want to go ahead and add our bottom piece. And same thing, mine is directional. So I want to flip it where when I turn it back this way, I can read what it says. It will be in the right direction. So if it's turned this side and you can read it, then it's the wrong way. Okay, now we are just going to get that sewed together. Okay, so now I have both of my bodice pieces done. I have both of my pieces here, both of my front pieces. So we're going to put them together over to the side with our sleeve and our hood. Okay, now we're going to put together our back bodice pieces, which is the same as the front bodice piece. They will look exactly the same. I mean, well, technically they will. You will do them exactly the same. So here you have the curved piece here. And here you have your top piece. And you're going to lay the top piece flat and line it up with the top part of your middle piece, just like this. And you're going to clip and sew. Now, for those of you that want to go ahead and clip it all together, you can do that. I want to catch this corner up here again. I'm not going to take anything off of it. Well, maybe that. Okay. So I have that piece, and now I'm going to add my bottom piece to this. And we're going to do it the same way. Flip it so that it can read the right way, like that. And I'm just going to clip. And we're going to sew. Make sure that your panels are up under and not folded back. Okay, so this is one side to my back panel. And I am about to do the other side. I'm going to set this to the side. And this is how easy color blocking is. It's not taking long at all to have something very unique in a short period of time. Okay, so I'll move the bottom piece out of the way. I'm going to lay this top piece on top, and I'm matching to the curve. And I'm just going to clip. make sure everything is straight like I want it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna sew from here to here. And if you are using a regular sewing machine, you can do a straight stitch, or you can use the overlock stitch on your sewing machine. Okay. Now I'm going to put the other piece here. And yes, I did it in sections, but I'm gonna match my bead up with my bead on the other one. Now see this? This is upside down. Now this is the correct way. Okay, and we're going to sew. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces together. I am going to add my back piece to here, so I can have one solid back piece for now. And then we're going to get the lining ready. Okay, we want our seams to match up. And since I have the letter B on mine, on both ends, I want the B to match up perfectly also. So what I'm going to do with that is, I'm lining my B up here, all the way down to here. And I am going to stick a couple of pins in so that it doesn't move. I think I'm gonna do a couple of pins. I am. I don't want it to move. So I'm just gonna add a couple of pins. I'm gonna add one more. Okay, so the B is lined up pretty good. My seams are lined up pretty good. Okay, so if you only have your back piece, I mean, of course, if you're doing color block, you're skipping this piece. So, I mean, if you're not doing color block, you're skipping this whole section here. Unless you just want to watch for fun. Okay, so now I am just going to sew from the top piece here of my neckline all the way down to the middle back, and that will be my waist. Okay, so I am making sure that this piece is lined up perfect for me. I have to remove this pin here. I think I'm lined up pretty good. We'll see. I'm not gonna take it apart, but we will see how it turned out. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. They are saying, and it did really good for me. Yay. Not a whole lot on here, just a tiny bit, but hey, doesn't matter. It's gonna get top stitched down. Okay, so this is my back piece. And now I am going to get the I'm going to get the lining pieces ready, and we will begin constructing our zip up fitting. Okay, now we are going to put our front and back pieces together, our front bodice and our back bodice pieces together. I'm debating on whether I need to go ahead and top stitch now. I think I'm gonna go ahead and top stitch now. That is a little new addition to our family. She is not happy she's getting crate trained, and she is not a happy camper back there. Okay, so I am going to do some top stitching. Remember, camera down so you can see. I am using white to have a little contrast. Looking for a good bobbin. Well, not a good bobbin, an empty bobbin. I don't think it'll be that much, but I don't want to have to stop and load a bobbin. So I want my white to show on the blue. So I'm making sure that my seam is to the going downward. And I'm filling it with my hand to make sure that it is going down. You can press them straight. You do not have to top stitch if you don't want to. Wrong horse. That's a little. And I'm making sure that this is lined up right here. I guess it would be easier if I was, well, because I'm showing you if, because my sewing machine, for some reason, if I move my needle all the way to the right, then it doesn't sew right. So I'm just making sure it's turned down, and I'm lining this seam up with the edge of my presser foot. So that way it will give you a nice even stitch all the way across. And I'm just making sure that it's downward. And there again, I'm just making sure that my seam is folded downward. Now this is the look I was going for. If you don't want to top stitch, you do not have to top stitch. So you can skip this part completely, especially if you are using one piece. So now on this particular piece, my seam is going upward. I'm lining it up with the seam up against my presser foot. And I'm gonna do the same stitch all the way through, just a straight stitch. I'm just making sure that it's tucked under and being caught up in the top stitch. And be careful with this. I'm using scuba. It does slip and slide. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to top stitch everything else, and I will be right back. Okay, so now we are going to put together, I did all my top stitching, and I'm going to put my bodice pieces together. So my sleeves top stitched and ready to go. Throw them over here. Looking for my back piece. This is my back piece? Yeah. So we want our back piece face up. We want our back piece face up. And we're going to lay our front bodice pieces on top. And you will do your lining the same way. You do it the same way that I am doing the outer. And you clip it at the shoulder seams. You lay it pretty sides together, and you clip at the shoulders. And you do that to both front bodice pieces. You lay them flat onto the back piece, so it will look exactly like this. And we're going to do the other side the exact same way. We are going to clip at the shoulders, straight across, and we're going to sew. Okay. 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 One side. Now let's go ahead and get the other side. And then we're going to add our sleeves. Okay, now we are going to clip it together. We're going to open it up. This is the front bodice piece, and this is the back bodice piece. And we are going to get our sleeve. And if you want to, you can notch it, or you can just fold it in half and find the center piece. But if you want to clip it or pin it, you can. I like to go ahead and give it a little notch. So we're going to lay the little notch piece on top of the seam, and we're going to clip. And we're going to clip from one end here. I'm going to make sure that our seams are matching here, front and back seams. Or I'm not going to say front and back. I'm going to say our front bodice seam is matching up with our shoulder seam. Okay, and we're going around to the other side, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Bring it all the way over. Make those seams meet up. And clip all the way around. Now, after we get our shoulders clipped and sewn on, before we go down our side seams, we are going to add pockets. Yay, pockets. And we are going to go around, and then we're going to do the other sleeve. Well, let's go ahead and do that now. Let's go ahead and add the other sleeve to this side. Where are you? Here we go. This is a big jacket. This is a 4XL, I believe. I think. And I kind of made it oversized because I added lining, a thicker lining than what I would normally add. And I have big arms, so. And this is mine. I'm making me and my husband matching jackets. Okay, matching that up. Don't know where my little snip is at. There we go, right here. And clip all the way around. Depending on how stretchy your material is, you may have to give your shoulders a little nug, and you may not have to. As long as you cut and press and sublimate on the stretch, meaning that your stretch will go across your bodice and not up and down, then everything should be great. Should work out perfect. Now I gotta text my phone for some reason. It's basically, I need a new one. I've dropped it so many times. It's glitching. And I had ordered something from Amazon, and it was a delay in the order. And I knew it was a delay in the order. But I had ordered something else. FedEx is delivering it. And it told me that, oh, good news, your order is out for today. So I'm thinking it was my Amazon, but it was not. It was vanilla extract. So that was a downer. But on the upside, I'm so excited about my jacket. Okay, and here we go. And we're just gonna go around making sure that everything is caught up and trying not to get any holes. Remember, this fabric is super, super slippery. Mine is. I'm using scuba. Using maybe sweatshirt fleece, it may not be as slippery. So you kind of want to guide. Make sure that your raw edges are lined up because they will slip. Okie doke. So we are almost finished with the jacket. We have to add the pockets and the zipper, but that is not going to take long at all. And I'm super excited to see what you guys will come up with, because this is one of the easier jackets to make. I'm just going around looking, make sure everything was caught up, and it is. So now I'm taking the snippers and snipping. Okay, so we're going to leave that up and open, and we're going to come over here to this side and grab this sleeve and sew it down. And there we go. Yep. Slippery. Okay. This is a lot of sleeve, I'm telling you. I was like, dang, I thought I was coming to the end. It's still more down here. You never believe how much fabric you use making plus size clothes until you actually have to make some plus size clothes, and you like fabric. Okay, I was checking my shoes. All right. So now your garment should look like this. Sleeves are on. Let me turn my camera so maybe we can get a better view. I don't know why this little thing wants to just turn now. Doesn't want to act right. This is my sleeve added on, and this is my, see how my corners sort of kind of almost match up. It goes all the way around. And that's my sleeve on that side. And of course, on this side, this is gray. Should have made it white, but I didn't. So, doesn't matter. It's color block. I would have been thinking I would have put gray over here, but I guess it don't matter really. It's good. Okay, so this is my sleeve over here. Now we're going to add our pockets onto this. Yeah, this is a whole lot of jacket. You know, it'd be sad if it actually just fits snug. Woo. Okay, so I'm gonna go through and snip all of these little tails because they are bothering me. And we are gonna get our pockets ready. And I'll be right back. Okay, so now we're going to add our pockets. Well, I don't think so. Okay. You have your this is my back bodice piece. It's faced up. And my pocket we want it to go face down. We want to kind of line it up here. It will be right sides together. And we're going to clip here. And I have mine placed to where it barely touches here. So, hey, there is the bottom piece of it is exactly 3 inches. Well, let me take that back. Here, it's 3 inches down. It's just 4 down. So I'm going to clip, and I'm going to make sure it's that way on my other side as well. We want the flat end on the side and coming down. I have my gauge set already. So making sure that it's going to be even. My pockets are. Okie doke. Now I'm just going to line those up. Well, not line them up. Line my raw edges up. And then I'm going to clip. Clip, clip, clip. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing to my front 2 bodice pieces on each side. Okay, and come here, measure. And I'm going to lay that here, right here. So now they're even front and back. And I'm going to clip. Make sure it's even still, yes. So when you get through, this should be pretty side on pretty side. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side over here. And if you're not using pockets, then you don't have to do this part. So my measure. Okay. Make sure everything is the same, pretty side down. You can't really tell I'm using fleece for my pockets because I want warm pockets. And so it looks different, but it's, so now I measured it and it is the same. Now I'm just going to clip and sew. Okay. So now we're just gonna sew from here to here on all four sides. I have puppies under my table. Uh-oh. So I'm starting at the bottom. Wrong sewing machine. I'm gonna put that on. Okay. Something went off. It popped. You gotta have to turn off my heat press. Yeah, I'll press my pants and stuff tomorrow. Okay. I'm just making sure I'm getting everything clipped and clipped and clipped. Okay. We have one more pocket after this. Okay. I have one more pocket. And after I'm done with this pocket, we will put the rest of the jacket together. Okay, so now okay, so this side here I've already gotten ready to be sewn. These are my pockets. Now I'm going to show you how to do it over here. So now what we do, we take, if I can get to it, okay, up under our armpit, we connect our seams here, and we clip, and we match our seams up. The pocket piece, I gotta go back over my pocket pieces a little bit. It came it wasn't sewn all the way, I guess. Wrong foot. Okay, so it's on good now. Okay, so we are bringing, sorry that it's all this jacket, so I went ahead and did the other piece first. Move the sewing machine back. Okay, the pockets are sewn like this. We're going to flip them this way, and they are going to You're gonna match up everything. Make sure all your little tails are cut and nothing is in between. And we're going to clip here at the top of the pocket. And I'm gonna go ahead and clip here also as well. And this is the waistband area. I am going to match this up all the way here, like this, if you can tell, like right here. Here and here. Now I'm going to clip around the pocket. Now just keep in mind, if you don't have the pocket, you don't have to have this, clip around the pocket because you won't have one. So you'll just go straight down the side seam. You'll just go straight down. You won't have a pocket area here. So I'm just going to clip around my pocket, make sure it stays together. You can also, if you have slippery fabric, put a pin in the middle so it doesn't move. And I'm going to clip down my arms. Here. And here. Now, when you get done, it will look like this. This is with the pocket all around, then the bottom piece, and then the shoulder and sleeve. So I'm going to serge from here all the way here around my pocket and down to here. When we get to the pocket, we're going to stretch that out, but I will show you that in just a second. And you'll get to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I am starting at the wrist on the sleeve. Excuse me, moving all these clips out of the way. Okay. Okay, so when you get here to the pocket, you want to stretch it out like this. And then you go ahead and go around. And we are only adding a pocket to the outer. We're not adding it to the lining. It goes on the outer. Okay, now we're coming to this end and we're going to straighten it out also. To make it straight, like that. So you can make sure you don't have any holes. You can check it. See, there's no hole at the top here, and there's no hole at the bottom here. Okay, so now we're going to sew the other side exactly the same way. I'm starting at my sleeve. Then after this, we're going to put our hood on. Remember, straighten your pocket out. Remember, stretch it out here so that there will not be a hole here. We have our pockets on. Now we're going to add our hood. Okay, at the top part now. Okay, so we have it like this. This is my middle part here because I did color block, so I don't have to corner it off or anything. Now I just have to find my double hood, and we can put that joker on. Here we go. My hood. I'm gonna take the bottom piece of the hood and match it with my seam here. And we're gonna pretty size together. And we're just gonna clip until we get to the end. And on this, I believe you'll have to give it a little tug because I think this one is kind of it's stretchy, but I think you give it a little tug. Quite sure you do, so it'll match up. Not a whole lot, just a little. Just so it'll match your raw edges will match. Okay. So we're going to go here. I'm just clipping at this point, and then I'm going to sew my hood on, and then we are going to add our waistband. So now we've gotten this far. We've gotten our pockets and our hood on, and everything else is finished. we have to add our lining and our cuffs, and we will be done. Now I'm going to go ahead and sew this hoodie on. Okay, so now my hood is on. This is right. Okay, now we're going to add our waistband. Okay, so I decided to use waistband material for my waistband. I'm not going to quarter it off because it has to stretch from one end to the other anyway. And I want my black and white to show. So I'm putting it face down on top. I want the stripes to show, I'm going to say. So the stripes are face down and we're going to meet them here. And then we're just going to stretch the band as we go. I'm just going from one end to the other. I guess we are going to quarter it off because I think that'll be better for you guys to see. So we're going to fold our waistband in half and mark it here for our middle point. And then I'm going to straighten this little clip out here. And then we're just going to bring that in. And there is, if you're using clips, there's a middle point on your clip that you can line this up with. And you can add your other clip. But like I said, you don't have to do this because it's going to stretch from one end to the other. And you can literally just add your band on. But just for class sake, we're going to learn how to quarter off. Same thing here. We're folding this in. All I did was fold that in, and I'm going to clip here. If I can find all my clips. So we're just going to clip here. Okay, so now I have my waistband quartered off. Now I'm going to quarter off my well, it's actually already quartered because I use color blocks. But if you didn't use color blocks, sorry, they are quartered though. You can fold at the seams, get your middle piece, and put a clip in your center back, and then one at each side seam. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my middle clip and put here. And I'm going to stretch this one out and put it here. And then we are going to stretch it out some more and get to the end. And you can add as many clips as you want to add to make that straight for you, like that. Because it's not going to be straight. Like you can literally, you're going to have to pull you're tugging your waistband, but you're not tugging your fabric. It looks like you're tugging your fabric, but you're not. You're just actually just straightening out your waistband. And you can just add clips as you see fit. Just make sure that it's all the way up to your edge here. Your raw edge and clip. And same thing here. When you get to this side, add your clip here to the side seam. And then again to the where your zipper is gonna go. And you can add more in if you want. Now my zipper is gonna look different from you guys'. My zipper is a two-way zipper. I saw one on my son's jacket and I thought it was kind of cute. So I grabbed the one from the store. So that's what I'm going to use on mine. He had a Nike jacket and it had like I call them the zippers that you use for the duffel bags because it has two zippers on it. Okay, so now that's what I'm using anyway. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my waistband. And I'm not tugging my fabric. I'm only tugging the waistband. I'm making sure that my raw edges are matched up. And I'm only stretching out my waistband. Making sure everything's lined up. Stretching out my waistband. Now making sure that my pocket pieces are pulled back towards my left so that they won't get caught up in the surge. Again, make sure your pocket pieces are pulled back. Okay. And we have our waistband. All right, our waistband is on. I'm going to go back, check it, make sure that there are no holes in here, and there isn't any, which is awesome. There is one over here, right here. Okay. Now, if you are new to serging, you can go back and use a zigzag stitch over that. I am going back over it with my serger. So only going to take off that one. And there. Okay. So on my zipper, I got a shorter zipper than what I would normally get to do someone's because I do not like I don't want it to go all the way up to my neck. I feel like I'm being choked or something. But anyway, we're going to fold we're going to quarter our waistband, not quarter it. We're going to fold it in half right here to get our middle piece here. And so what we want to do, we want to kind of come here. We want to clip here, but we want to start our zipper about here. It's like a quarter of an inch above. Okay, so for my zipper that I'm using, I'm starting with this side here. Let me move this side of the way. I gotta see exactly how I'm gonna lay it out because I think I want kind of like when I put my lining in for it to be a different type of way. But we're gonna see how this is gonna work out for us. And it actually works out perfectly. Okay. So we are putting this side on. I'm making sure, no, that's the wrong side. We're putting this side on. I had to get it right because this doesn't come unzipped. Like this doesn't pull out on either side. So I'm having to be careful how I put it on. So I'm going to clip this here. And I'm just going to clip all the way up. And this is not, like I always use metal zippers. This is not a metal zipper, it's plastic. So if you are using a metal zipper and it is bigger or longer than the jacket that you're making, go ahead and use your needle nose pliers and take that out. Take out the extra teeth, if you will. And so what I'm doing here, because this is it doesn't come unzipped, this would be for the other side of the jacket. So when I open it up, it will be like that. But for right now, let me see if I can get you where you can see it. Since it won't separate. Well, that's weird too. That's not separating. Anyway, it's not separating. So I'm putting the it's face down, but the right edge is to the raw edge. So this would be the left side, and this is the right side up against the raw edge. I hope I'm making that clear to you guys, because it's my first time putting on this type of zipper. So here we go. But it is face down, just to be clear. It's face down, and this is coming up as high as I can get it. Oh, that's right. So it comes to a good space for me. Okay, so now I'm not gonna serge this on. I'm gonna use my zipper foot on my regular sewing machine, and I'm going to start from the bottom, and I'm just gonna go all the way up to the top. I actually believe I could probably serge this on, but do I really want to? I'm going to try it because it's plastic. Don't judge me, people that do zippers without doing them on the serger. Okay, so I do know I do have to go this way. I'm not moving my blade. You guys pray for me. If not, I've just messed up a really cute jacket. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unzip this part first before I get started. And let me see about that. I'm zipping this part back up if I can. Oh, that ain't happening. Okay. I don't even know if it's really even on here. And it actually is on here. I'm gonna have to go with that little piece again, where I unzipped it at. But it is actually surging on pretty good. Now I will have to use my other sewing machine to add the lining to it because I need to see what I'm doing. And just so you guys can see, the zipper is lining up with the edge of the presser foot. Now I am gonna go slow through here because I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and sew that on. But it did do. It's not as close as it would be if I use my zipper foot. So I am gonna go ahead and go back over it to get a closer, get closer in. So if you can use your serger and you're not adding a lining, if you just want that finished look, you can use that or bias tape. So I'm not gonna put my zipper foot on. I'm just gonna sew using my regular foot, and I'm just gonna go down. And I'm just lining. Let me zip this up. I'm just lining my edge here with this. And again, the zipper is lined up at the edge of my presser foot. Which is basically the same thing as using your zipper foot. But on your zipper foot, you can get closer. Just making sure everything is straight. And it doesn't matter that I was experimenting with the with my serger because none of this is gonna show anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna unzip this I'm gonna lift this up, unzip it, and I am going to go back here. I'm gonna back stitch that a little bit, and then I'm just gonna come on through. I'm gonna back stitch that little area, and that part of the zipper is gone. Now see how much closer it is when you use your regular sewing machine. It's way closer. I think I want to get up here some more where that was. Bring that in a little bit. Now, normally you do not sew your zipper tails down, but mine is shorter than what I wanted. No, it's shorter because of how I want my deal to be. So everything is right now. I'm trying to get this lined up exactly the way I want it. I think it is. I think I want to come back over just a little tiny bit more. And I think it was right there. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now that part is like that, and then this sits down at the bottom. Okay. So to put this piece on here, I am to put the other side of the zipper on. I do not know how this is going to work because can I do that? I think I can. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see. If it doesn't work, I'll just take the zipper off and use another one. Because I think I'm going to have to put it on a different way because I'm adding my lining because I know I'm gonna have to add it that way and that way it's not gonna open. We're gonna see. We're gonna work this thing out together. So here we go. Face down again, and we are bringing this over like this, and I am making sure that my seams are lined up and that my stripes are lined up. So stripes and seams if you're using this. If not, just make sure that your seams are lined up. Mm-hmm. Gotta make sure everything is straight. Something's a little ooh. And we don't want any of that. Something is off here. Rooney. Okay, so I think I need to fix. I'm going to add this part on to the zipper. I just found a little hole up here that I didn't check and find that I found. Good thing I found it before I got that on. Not catastrophe. Okay. Okay, doke. Got my hole set up now. We're gonna get this here set up. Maybe, possibly. Okay. All right. Y'all about the same. Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna go here. Okay. I'm making sure that my seams are lined up. Seams, seams, seams. Are you? No. I cannot tell if my seams are lined up. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna open it up to see. Are you guys lined up? You need to come down some. Okay. Okay. Just making sure everything is good and lined up. Now I'm going to add this sew down on the side. I didn't think about this zipper did not open at all. But we're gonna work with it. Okay. So now we're just gonna sew, and I'm gonna come back through and unzip that and get down here better. I wanna unzip it. Let me unzip it first. Yeah. Are you unzipping? Oh, I'm gonna move my camera down in just a second. I have to unzip some right here. Okay. Sorry. I had to unzip it so it can work out right. My thread is not right in here. Okay. So now I'm gonna start back here at the back where I was at the bottom. I'm just making sure everything is straight. Okay. So now I need to lift this up and zip it back the other way. If I can find the zipper. Okay, I'm actually gonna lift it up, lift up my needle. If you guys are doing a regular zipper, you will not have any of these problems. Okay. And all I did, guys, was I pulled the extra thread because I let it up. I pulled the extra thread back towards the back, where the spool is, so that it wouldn't be loose. I didn't do anything special. I just pulled it back there. Now we are almost done with the zipper. And if you are doing an unlined jacket, then you will only need the lining for your hood. And I guess you won't need the lining for your hood. You'll be doing a lining for your unlined jacket. Okay, so I'm unzipping, pulling that through there. Same as I did before. I'm going to pull my thread back through here to get it back lined up with where I was. And I'm going to pull it back up through the top. And I'm just going to sew. My zipper. Okie doke. Now that the zipper is on, we are going to add the lining. Now, let me see how we are going to do this. Because the proper way to add the lining is to have your jacket unzipped. This way here. So we're working it out. We're working it out. Okay. So this is the proper way to do said I don't think this is gonna work, you guys. Let me see if there's a possible way that I can unzip just one of these. I don't think I can at all because it is stopped. But I am me. I'm just gonna snip here. And I'm gonna take the zippers off until I put them back on. Okay, you are the top one. Top one's over here. The bottom one is over here. Okay. I will put those back on before I pull them out. Okay. So for those of you that have a separating zipper, this is how your garment will look. Okay. Now we are just going to add the lining. And by doing that, we're adding pretty sides together. We're keeping our sleeves out this way. And this is my jacket, and I got ink on it, so I'm not really worried about that. Ow, I just poked myself with something. Possibly a pin that I forgot to take out. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, we are going to add our lining to our waistband. And we will quarter this one off, but it's still the same. For you that are wondering, it's still the same. You still, we're going to go by these. Okay, put that there, and that middle part, you can actually just use, well, of course, you want to fold them in half to get your quarter parts. Let's go ahead and do that. And this one. Okay, so now we're going to line up our clips and replace clips. This is why I normally work with little kids jackets when I make videos, so that you guys can see the entirety of what I'm doing. And I'm probably going to add another video of this also, so you can have a better view, because like I said, this is a huge jacket. Okay, we are not going to leave any gaps in this jacket for any reason. We're going to sew straight across. And we're just going to go straight across. So straight across. You can add more clips if you want. I'm not going to add any. I'm just going to go straight across here. And I'm pulling my band and not my fabric. Let that up just a little bit. So in my head, y'all, this is gonna work out perfect. But in reality, it may not. But in my head, it's gonna be great. Good thing I made it with lips on it so that my sons will not steal it. I don't think they'll make anything with dripping lips. They won't wear anything. Especially because it says I love that big D energy. You know. Now I do have to worry about my daughter's stealing it, but it was swallowed them home. Okay. So now we are going to fold it up about here. Just there. Okay. And we're gonna clip it. We're gonna match our seams here. And we are going to clip this joker all the way through. Pretty sure the sleeves need to be turned outward like an octopus. Okay, just making sure I got all the right sides and everything. Okay, now I'm just going to clip all of this down. This is the zipper laid flat. And I'm going to just clip it down and clip. So I'm clipping, clipping, clipping all the way up. Making sure my seams meet up. Now, before we sew, if you want to add grommets and you want a string um, to pull through your hood, excuse me, you can add that now because after you sew your deal on, you won't be able to, or you can just flip because this doesn't fray. So I'll probably do a top stitch, a double top stitch maybe, and add a string to it. But I don't wear hoods, so I may not. I just like them because they're cute. Okay, so we got that on over there. Yep, and we're going to do the same thing over here. I'm cutting my stringings out of the way, clipping them, clipping strings. I'm gonna clip here. I didn't put a pin here. A clip. Okay. I'm just cutting my clips. This is turn out, and I am matching my seams. Now this goes in, and we're matching seams. Don't listen. It goes in. Your zipper goes in. It's tucked in. And I'm just adding clips. Tucking it in, adding clips. Now, before I zip up my hood, no, I'm not gonna do that. I will add that later. I'm gonna leave it open because I don't want to mess it up, and I'm just gonna add the zippers back, and I'm going to hand sew that area closed. I was gonna add it in, and because it would be closed up, it wouldn't do right. So I'm just going to add it and hand sew where I want it to go, I believe. So once you get everything clipped, it will look like this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to sew it by hand, I believe. Not this particular part here, just where I'm gonna add in the zipper. I'm checking to see first because I'm totally not sure. I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out the easiest way for me to put the zipper on back on without having to, because once I add the lining, add the zipper on, the zipper's going to be closed. So I may just add one zipper back on. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to let it be one zipper. And by doing that, I'm just going to add it on. I'm going to leave a piece of this over here undone. I think I'm going to snip it because it stops there. In my head, guys, this is working out totally like it's supposed to, but we will see. Let's clip here. Let me see my snippers. Okay, so in my head, it's working out. So, firm believer, guys, it is going to be great. Okay, so zipper, where did you go? Okay, so I'm putting. Okay, yeah, so that was backwards when I put it in there. So you're gonna go like this. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna put her in there like that. The zipper. I said her. She's a her right now. Okay, so now I am going to zip up. I mean, keep talking about zippers. I'm going to sew up the sides, sew the lining in, and I'm gonna do it the same way that I did the outer. Oops. Sorry, I'm shaking y'all up like that. Okay, let me move that. I can feel it over here. It's not gonna break my needle because it is plastic. Well, it may break my needle. I'm not gonna say it won't break your needle, but if you go slow, it won't break your needle. But you have to remember to go slow. If you go fast and you hit one of your zipper teeth, especially if you're using metal, it will most definitely. Here's my little zipper part I feel here. Okay, we passed that little part. Okay, now we're back on track. Well, I thought we passed that little part, but we did not pass that little part. I guess it would have made sense for me to add it after I sewed it, which does make a lot of sense. Maybe. Let me get done. I'll take it off for now. Yeah, I just had an idea and acted on it. So I should add it after I get this piece added on here. So my advice is get a separating zipper. It'll probably do you a whole lot better. But this zipper is going to be cute. Now that it's going to be a separating zipper. But hey, I just could have bought a separating zipper without all the fuss. I know, right? Hilarious. Now, I think I should have tucked this under. Let me see. It doesn't matter. It's going to be hidden the way that I'm going to come down on the jacket anyway. Yeah, the way that I'm going to do it. Now, I have all the country music in my head right now. And if I had my Alexa in here, she would definitely be playing some honky tonk but donkey donk. I don't know why it's stuck in my head, but it is. Okay. So now I need to turn this joker out to see some things. See what I'm working with. Okay, so this is gonna be an awful heavy jacket as well. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Okay, guys, I am flipping it out, trying to get things situated how I want it, how I want it to look, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I figured out what I wanted to do, and that is I want to come right through here and then sew my hood on because I do want that little flap on here. So this is where the, let me mark that. This is where the zipper tail is, but I don't want it like that, so I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna serge it. I'm just gonna serge because I want a little kind of like a butterfly type thing. And then I'm just gonna go around my hood, both the lining and the lining and the outer. So make sure that my seams match up here. Make sure that everything is pulled back this way. I'm marking over here where that I'm marking over here where I want to come down to because I want a more curved deal. I had to remember that's what I was doing. The reason why I sewed my zipper tail down, the zipper threw me off with it not separating. I didn't think about it not separating. That is still not going to separate actually after I get this on. I may end up one day changing the zipper, but I doubt it. Okay, so now I have my zipper. Make sure my zippers like I want them. And they are, I just want to go with this piece a little bit more because it looks like it's struggling. But we don't need no struggle zipper. We don't need it to struggle. I'm just straightening it. There we go. It's not struggling no more, y'all. It's all good. It's all great. Okay, so now is the fun part. We are going to pull this whole jacket through an arm sleeve. I know, right? You can grab your other piece over here, your other piece of the jacket and just push it through the sleeve of the jacket. Isn't that awesome? We just pull the whole thing through. This is why it wouldn't work if it was all put together. Yeah. All right. And everything's through the arm sleeves. So now you have to get your sleeves and push them through. See, this is how the top of my neck turned out. I can add my zipper here and I'm gonna have to sew it where it will not come apart. I could have came down farther, but no. I'm going to go ahead and top stitch all that when I'm done after I add my okay, so my arm here and I'm adding the other arm here. I can find it. I found it. I just gotta push it through here. I think my grandbaby is so upset. I don't know why. I think he just wants his Gigi, which is probably what it is. Okay, this is what I tell y'all talking about cutting tails. I didn't cut this tail, but luckily it's not a surge tail. That would have been a pain. Okay. So I am going to top stitch this, I believe. I might not. Okay. I'm just straightening out my arm. Okay. Bing bang towels. In there, I'm supposed to be making some jogger pants to go with this. And I have printed out some of it, but not all of it. The only thing I have to do is add my zipper back on. Oh my God, I love this jacket. Oh my gosh, I love it. This is my new fave. It's so warm because I put the fleece on the inside, the lining. I use fleece. Okay, so we are going to. I'm gonna put it on my mannequin so you guys can see how it looks. Okay, so we got that on there. Um, what are we doing? Oh, cuffs. I'm just making sure everything is lined up. So we want our cuffs here. Make sure everything is centered and lined up. So I don't want my lining to be shorter than my outer. Okay, so I'm just going to clip this together. You don't have to do this step here. I'm just making sure that it doesn't slip back in. Okay. I wish I would have indented it more curvy or whatever, but that's fine. I'm happy with it. It's my jacket, so it works for me. Okay. He's teasing y'all. He is not loving it at all. Okay. Same thing. I'm just getting my everything straight out. My I say my creases, but I mean my seams. Getting my seams straight on the inside so that when I put my um cuffs on, everything will be spectacular. Okay, so once I add this and add my zipper back on, I wonder am I adding both zippers back on because they still can go back on now. Okay, let me get off the zippers. Okay, so I am measuring eight, well 9. We're gonna do 9. 2 9. It's this is I'm doing 9" by 7". I'm pretty sure. Let me check my template because I am using this instead of, let's see, what are you? No, that's way too big. I'm not doing it. I'm doing 9. That's if I was using not like my scuba fabric, then I would definitely use that, but going by my wrist, I think I'm doing pretty good. Okay, this is the stay the stay stitch. You don't want to remove that, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're moving this jacket out of the way. I am putting I'm sewing my cuffs and I'm just matching them up, folding the short way, folding the long way. This is it. It's open. I'm folding it over and I'm matching my stripes. and I'm going to sew. I'm gonna tell you, be sure to, because I want my black and white to show my stripes. Be sure when you do that to make sure when you're putting them on that it looks like this. You have the side that you want up against the side that you want to use. Okay, so for instance, I want to use the black and white side. My stripes did not line up, but oh well, you can't see it anyway. Okay, so I don't want this to show right now. So I'm going to fold this in like this, and I'm going to match my seam here. And I'm going to put this on the inside. So I'm going to match my seams with this clip here because this is my seam here, somewhere up in here. Yeah, there we go. All of my seams are matching right here. And I like to turn mine inside out like this and just go around and clip because it actually stretches it out for you and you don't have to do a whole lot of guessing or stretching. You can just go through and it's all of your raw edges are matched up and you are good to go to serge. Just like that. See? So now all I have to do is go over and serge it on. And just stretch your band like you did for your waistband. Okie doke. I'm gonna come open that up, make sure I don't have any holes. And I most certainly do not. Okay, that works for me. Now let me go over here and put this sleeve on. This is how the sleeve looks. Just like that. And I'm gonna put the other sleeve on. Okay, and I'm just making sure to fold this back in so that the color can be on the outside. And you want the folded edge to go inside like that. And you want the raw edge up here. And I'm just going to match all these seams up together And a smart person would clip these, you know, yeah, so they won't be coming through. Okay, and now I like to fold mine down. Well, I like to make them even first. Put that all in there. Yeah. And just fold it down and just clip it all the way around. I am going to be pressing my pants tonight, and I will be putting them together tomorrow. I think I'm gonna wake up early and press and print them, because I'm gonna be I'm gonna print them tonight and probably press. No, I'm gonna print them. I'm just gonna print them tonight. I've designed them already, so I'm just gonna print them tonight, and they're gonna go with the jacket. And I made it color block also. I started printing most of it, and I gotta see now if what I'm thinking about doing is gonna look right, because I wanted white stripes on there, but I don't know. Now I may change my mind. We'll see. That we will do. You guys, one time I was making a jacket. I think it was in one of my classes. I was yeah, it was for my grandson, the bomber. And I was so fixated on my um stripes matching up that I put them on the inside of the jacket. And no, I did not take it apart. I did not take them off because it's for him. And I was like, oh well. All right, let me check. Let me check. And just as I thought, this is loose over here. I felt it when I came back through. I didn't get that lined up perfectly. But I can tell. So it's not gonna be let me see where it starts at. Right where I thought it did. Part of the cuff wasn't folded under. Now I think I got it. Possibly. If I don't. Ooh. And right where I stopped, going around for the not second time, but right where I stopped here. That should fit. And it did. Great. Great. Okay, okay. So now I am just going to add my zippers back on. Well, I think I want to top stitch through here to make it look more like I was wanting it to look. You don't have to, but why not? You know? Yes. Yes, in there. Okay. So now I'm gonna put my zippers back on and I'm gonna take a picture and post it.